What's going on, you guys? Check it out. We have a little video here, a little something that I'm trying to work with. I want to talk a little bit about the state of Arsenal right now. As we all know, Wenger is getting it from all angles right now. He is getting it from, all around the world. People got these signs up at NASCAR events. They got these signs up at wrestling events. They got these signs up in the middle of nowhere, and people managed to have a Wenger out sign. It's insane. And I'm trying to wonder, what kind of mentality makes you think that it's okay to continue the way that you're going when the whole world is at your doorstep, banging at your door, telling you it's time to go? To be honest, it's not as simple and straightforward as a lot of people are trying to make it seem, because it goes a lot deeper than just him staying in or him staying out. You take a look at it, I mean, it's his legacy. It is his legacy. He has been with Arsenal for so long. And yes, granted, the Invincible season was nearly 15 years ago or something like that. That is too long ago to kind of hang on to as a reason to stay today. And it was just a number of seasons ago where we lost 5-1, 6-1 against Chelsea, the Liverpool, City smashing us. That was kind of the start. That was kind of where we said, wait a minute, what's going on here? Is the other teams getting the leap while we're kind of sitting here in the muddy puddles? Is what's actually happening? That was the wake-up call. That was the time where it should have really been kind of thought about and said, let's hold on, let's stop, let's really actually think about this. But the board, their ambition is not the same as the fans. That is, we don't need them to outright say that when it's as clear as daylight. That's how it is for them. There's no ambition. There's no ambition. You can't say you have ambition when we've been consistently sitting on the fringes of true success for as long as we have. But the weird question for me is, why is it so obvious to us? Why have us fans, and even the fans not of Arsenal, the people who actually are Tottenham fans and Chelsea fans, why is it so clear to everyone that a change needs to be made in order to actually make one more step forward, or two, or three, if you're going to say that? Why can't the people who are in charge of a multi-billion-dollar organization, you would imagine that they can make some right decisions, right? I don't know what it is. we know how kind of behind the curtain Arsenal sit, and every time there's a transfer window, Wenger always smiles and he says, oh well, there have no been confirmed reports, this is that, they're playing word games, you know what I'm saying? It's not a thing that's ever straightforward with Arsenal. Nothing is ever straightforward. But where I really have my issue right here is that Wenger has his legacy, like we just talked about. He has his legacy, and it is getting a big, nasty scar on it right now. And if I were him, I would have left just a little bit ago before things got really nasty, because it's one of those things, he has played his cards. He's got his poker face, he's played his cards, and he lost. And he's the kind of guy who's sitting at a gambling table, losing all his money, and he wants to win it back. He wants to win it back, so he keeps putting money down. He wants to keep putting money down, and he keeps making a fool of himself. You're not going to win the money back. Just leave with what you have in your pocket. Leave with what he has. He's got to get out while he still has a chance to remain Arsenal's golden leader, his excellency. He needs to stay until it's gotten to the breaking point, and it's gotten there, and he keeps going, and it makes me worried, because he doesn't necessarily deserve that kind of negative attention. He has done so much for Arsenal, and to see that people are actually marching in the streets to tell him to get the hell out of Arsenal, I wonder if that legacy is going to even remain after this. Maybe it'll take some time for us to recover, or maybe we'll have a really bad coach after Wenger and it'll make us appreciate the good old days. But I don't know, it's really not as simple as it seems. It's not black and white. My biggest fear, though, personally, and this is a big one for me, is you take a look at the clubs like Newcastle, you take a look at the clubs like Leeds United, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa. You take these clubs that were once relatively large, and in a position where Arsenal kind of are right now, on the fringes of European Championship and, bouncing back and forth and kind of staying in that little section, right above the mid-table section, but never quite at the top. And these clubs have overinvested in the wrong areas, made the wrong choices at the wrong times, and now they are paying for it. Leeds United used to be a huge, huge team when I was younger. Huge team. And now they're nothing. I mean, you don't see anyone wearing Leeds United jerseys. You don't see that. What if that happens to Arsenal? I mean, maybe it won't. Maybe Arsenal at this point is such a big brand that it won't ever get to that point. But why toy with it? Why risk it? Why risk it? Try to have different ambition. The club needs to grow. It's not something where you can say, a B-, a B is fine, a C+, that's good enough for the club. Let's just leave it there. When you have a company that is loved and doted upon by the entire world, you need to kind of meet their ambition. It's not some sort of unlevel thing. If the fans want to be up here, there's a reason that they're up there. The board and the management, they need to meet them there as well. But to be honest, just me personally, I'm tired. I'm tired of I'm tired of this season. I really am tired of it. I now dread watching Arsenal games versus when I used to wake up at 4 in the morning, super excited to watch it, ready to go with my jersey on. Now I don't even wear my damn jersey out in public not because I'm ashamed to be an Arsenal fan, but because maybe I am ashamed. Maybe I'm a little bit ashamed, and maybe that's my fault. I'm never gonna try and pretend like I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I'm not gonna go around and parade it because I'm not proud of the effort that the team has been putting in. I mean, I'm not proud of what's going on at the club, and I want to be, and I feel like they should want me to. I feel like they should want me to feel the way that I want to feel. But the disrespect and the anger and the fighting in the stands and all that stuff, I was going to go and buy a ticket to go Arsenal, and I was going to go see the game against Crystal Palace until it got rescheduled or whatever happened. I was going to get my plane ticket. I was going to spend, $2,000 on that, and I was going to hop over to England. I saw a couple games in the past couple of years, and they've been amazing. But I didn't want to go this time. That's a lot of money. And to be in an environment where there's anger and there's fans fighting, and it's a likelihood that Arsenal are going to lose 3-0 to Crystal Palace, that's insane. That is ridiculous. And I decided, I'm not going to spend money on this. I'm not going to do this. And if I'm the one not doing that, can you imagine how many other people are choosing not to do that? That means less money for Arsenal, and as human nature always seems to do, they're gonna be reactive versus proactive. So they're gonna start trying to clean up the mess once the mess is already made, instead of hold out a trash bag and fix the fucking mess before it gets dirty. But you guys know, it is what it is, and although I don't like the riot, not the rioting, but the marching and all that stuff, I don't like it, but I also think it's kind of necessary. It's just really sad to see that it's come to this. But I gotta stand. I gotta make a stand, and I do stand with Wenger leaving. I just don't want it to be damaging. I don't want Wenger to feel like everything he's done has gone for nothing. I want him to leave with a smile on his face and all of us remembering him happily, But I just don't know if it's gonna happen. I'm willing to say it's a 90% chance he has already signed a new contract. I'm confident in saying that, which is, it's hard to say that because we don't really know anything, but judging by the moves that he's already making and the way that he's talking about next season and making signings possibly for next season, it's a thing that, to me, seems like he's already comfortable again. And with your source of income, the people who are paying for the bills at Arsenal, the fans, with them hiring airplanes to fly over the stadium and shit, it's like, why would you stay? I still can't get it around my head. Why would you stay? It's like, it's not a comfortable situation. It's very almost narcissistic. Like it's almost like he can't even sit there and reflect. It's crazy. It freaks me out. But what do you guys think? Tell me what you guys think. You heard me say some stuff. You heard how I feel. How do you guys feel? Because I want to know. I want to know how you feel. And I know that majority nowadays seems to be kind of leaning towards the Wenger out. But, like I said, it's not as simple as that. How do you actually feel about Wenger? Are you sad? Are you angry? Do you want to punch him in the face? Do you want to go to the players and grab him by the jersey and say, what the hell's wrong with you? You're getting paid $100,000 a week. That's more than people make a whole year. It's like, what do you guys feel? Because the players do hold some responsibility. You can't be prima donnas like that and just go, it's like huff and puff around the field. When things don't go your way, you're getting paid all this money. I don't see an excuse for that, even if the Wenger management is poor. All we know is things have to change. Things have to change. And who's going to come out next? I cannot tell you how much I cannot stand hearing people say, what do you think about this manager? What do you think about that manager? Simeone, Max Allegri. I'm sorry, they're not going to come to Arsenal. They're not. They're just simply not gonna do it. All this speculation, it kind of drives me nuts, because it's like the same thing as saying like, oh, well, why don't we buy Aubameyang? Why don't we buy Marco Reus? Oh, why don't we go buy so-and-so? It'll solve our problems. It's deeper than that. There's more to it than that, than just buying someone. It needs to be a whole ideology change. I've ranted for a little while now. I'm gonna stop here, but you guys continue the conversation in the comments. Let me know how you feel, and I just want the season to be over with. I love my Arsenal, always will love my Arsenal, no matter what. But, it pains me to see the situation that we've dug ourselves into. And before you guys even mention, well, you should be thankful that you're in 4th place every single year, or 4th or 3rd place. Like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's right. That's like saying, okay, Sunderland fans, it really sucks that you guys are the bottom half of the table every single year, and you guys would love to be in 4th place, but it's not about that. There are different expectations for different teams. There's different money. There's different places where they belong. And Arsenal, considering the expectations and where they belong, like I mentioned earlier, where the fan base is, where the size of the brand is, everything like that, they belong higher on the table. Sunderland is not where Arsenal is. It's just a fact. Teams like Sunderland, teams like Burnley, those guys, you guys have different ambitions. So you guys can't compare Arsenal and Sunderland. That's like saying, someone from San Francisco should be thankful that they have water and not have, any worry else in life, upset about their bill payments, how expensive their Starbucks coffee is, all because someone across the world is struggling to have water on an everyday day-to-day basis. It's two different things. You can't compare them. It's a nice perspective, but at the same time, you can't give Arsenal fans shit for being upset with where they are and where they've been stuck for the past 10, 12, 15 years. I don't want to come off as insensitive, but that is the reality of the situation. Arsenal have these expectations while others don't. Other teams have different goals, different visions, different expectations, and hopefully, I pray that the lower teams will someday be able to fight for that place and build that brand image like Arsenal has. But until then, you can't compare the two. That is it for me, though. I'm going to talk to you guys later. My mouth is so dry. I feel like I have been chewing on cotton balls the past hour. So I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna get some water, and I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna take a relaxation pill, and I'm gonna leave the rest to you guys. In the meantime, check out the career mode. Got a lot of amazing content in the past couple weeks. Sorry, there's a fly there, and I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Love you guys. Love you so much, and I'm gonna talk to you later. Goodbye.